Senate is about Nigeria and Nigerians.
We reinforce our vote of confidence in both you, the Senate President.
Senators restate confidence in the leadership of the Senate.
This catastrophic inferno occurred around 10 p.m. when the residents of the area trooped out en masse to the accident scene.
And Senate condoles the government and people of Jigawa State over petrol tanker explosion, calls for public enlightenment. This is Inside the Senate, and I am Hadiza Bayru Aliyu, your regular anchor, welcoming you to the program. Plenary this week saw the Senate considering bills to establish specialized tertiary institutions of learning to cater to the educational needs of Nigerians. Motions deliberated included matters of urgent national importance, like the Jigawa tanker explosion, a tragic event which claimed over 100 lives. There were petitions, confirmations, considerations of report, as well as an oversight visit by a Senate committee. We'll bring you reports on these activities when the program continues after this short break. Please stay tuned.
Promote the unity, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria.
The Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria Act, Repeal and Reenactment Bill 2023.
And this act should be supported by all.
There are issues that we must use this opportunity to critically address.
We accord this motion the urgency and the necessity it requires.
I rise the second motion.
The ayes have it.
The Senate on Thursday, 17th of October 2024, passed a vote of confidence on the Senate President and the entire leadership of the Red Chamber. This followed a social media report of a purported impeachment plot by unnamed northern senators which surfaced on Wednesday, 16th October 2024. However, during Thursday's plenary, Senator Yahaya Abdullahi rose under Orders 10 and 42 of the Senate Standing Rules to address the issue.
The fake news and the rumors that were circulating yesterday, in the social media about an alleged attempt by northern senators to effect a change of leadership of this revered institution. Mr. President, I consider these statements as a thinly disguised attempt to bring a very serious division in this institution.
Senator Abdullahi vehemently rejected the notion that northern senators were involved in any such plot. Other northern senators who spoke also pledged complete support for the leadership of the Senate.
I think it is important for some of us that are probably being seen as the frontliners to say, without consulting my friends, my colleagues from the north, that I move that will reinforce our vote of confidence in both you, the Senate President, and the Deputy Senate President, and the entire leadership of the National Assembly in this regard. And I'm very positive that this is the way to go about it.
A lot have been said on these rumors that happened yesterday. Mr. President, I want to join the previous Senator Aminu Abbas, Adamawa Central, Adamawa State. I want to join my colleagues and second the motion as moved by the single Senator Abdul Ningi that this Senate do vote a confidence vote in the leadership of the Senate and the entire leadership of the Senate under the Zungu Senator Godswill Akpabio, the common president of the 10th Senate.
They supported the motion, which was unanimously affirmed when put to a voice vote.
Those in support of the motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
In his remarks after the vote of confidence, Senate President Godswill Akpabio expressed his gratitude to the senators for their unwavering support.
My distinguished senators, on behalf of my brothers, the Deputy Senate President and the leadership, and I assure you that the comradeship and the bond existing between us in the 10th Senate will continue. no amount of rumor, no social media will come here to break that bond.
More reports of activities during plenary will come your way in our next report after the break. For now, let's open our notebook. Don't go away.
A legislative Hansard is the transcript of the daily legislative proceedings of a parliament, particularly within Britain and other Commonwealth countries. It is named after a British printer, Thomas Curzon Hansard, the first official printer of the British Parliament. In the Nigerian Senate, it is produced verbatim by the official reporters of the Senate, who are positioned in the chamber to monitor legislative proceedings. One of the basic advantages of the Hansard is that it helps in the recording of legislative documents as well as archiving. And because chamber proceedings are in most cases open to the public, the Hansard affords the lawmakers the opportunity to assess their past contributions on the floor with a view to improving upon them, amongst other things.
The program is Inside the Senate, bringing you updates on the activities of the Senate in the Red Wing of the National Assembly. Like I mentioned at the beginning, the Senate received and considered several reports, petitions as well as bills, both at first and second readings. For details, let's take this report presented from our studio.
With a heavy heart, Mr. President.
Rising on the matter of urgent public importance, Senator Babangida Hussaini raised the matter of the explosion of a petroleum tanker on 15 October 2024 along Hadejia Expressway in Taura Town, Majia local government area of Jigawa State, which resulted in death of over 100 people with many casualties still in critical conditions.
This catastrophic inferno occurred around 10 p.m. when the residents of the area trooped out en masse to the accident scene to scoop fuel from the ill-fated tanker. And while this was on, the tanker exploded, resulting in massive fire which was quite difficult to control by the available facilities in the area.
Senator Abamoro added his voice to the submission.
This is a very tragic occurrence, and there is absolute need for us to encourage to take proactive measures, especially in the area of awareness and sensitization, to prevent future occurrence. Mr. President, one life matters, and when it occurs like this, and the speculation is that over 90 persons have died, certainly it calls for some concern.
At the end, the Senate resolved to urge the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management and National Emergency Management Agency (NEMA) to provide immediate relief materials to the victims, urge the National Orientation Agency and other relevant agencies to sensitize the populace on the danger involved in siphoning petroleum products from accident tankers, urge security agencies to be proactive whenever such a disaster occurs.
Information available by Nigerian Football Federation's director.
During plenary of Tuesday, 15th October, another motion was considered under matters of urgent public importance. It was brought up to the floor by Senator Sumaila Kawu and focused on the recent inhuman treatment on the Nigerian Super Eagle in Libya. Plenary for that Tuesday was presided over by the Deputy Senate President, Senator Barrow Jibrin.
The aircraft was directed to the Albak International Airport, which lacks the control navigator for landing at such hours, as the said airport is occasionally used annually for Hajj operations. Further, note that in spite of the pilot complaint of shortage of fuel, the aircraft was denying access, and he was told that the directive came from the higher authorities.
After consideration, the Senate resolved to condemn the inhuman treatment meted on the Nigerian Super Eagles, commend the Nigerian Football Federation (NFF) on the safe return of the Super Eagles team, urge the Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs to bring to attention the incident with Libyan Authority, with a view to make the Libyan government tender a public apology to avert diplomatic rule. Urged the federal government to lay complaints with the Confederation of African Football for it to take appropriate actions. On consideration of reports last week, the Senate received the report of the Joint Committee on National Planning and Economic Affairs and Finance on the confirmation of the nominations for appointment as federal commissioners into the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission. It was presented by Senator Abdullahi Yahaya Abubakar, chairman of the committee.
Single Senate do receive and consider the report of the Joint Committee on National Planning and Economic Affairs and the Committee on Finance on the confirmation of the nominations of Mr. President for appointment as federal commissioners in the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission.
The report was considered, after which the nominees were cleared by a voice vote.
Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Linda Nkechioti, representing Abia State, for appointment as Federal Commissioner in the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Moving on to bills, the Senate took the second reading of a bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act Cap A12 laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 to provide for the establishment of Federal College of Agriculture and Animal Husbandry, Tilashe, Gombe State, and for related matters 2024.
This bill is meant to bring to the birth of a Federal College of Agriculture and Animal Husbandry. And my senatorial district, there is no single tertiary institution there of the federal government except a federal polytechnic, just single one, throughout the senatorial district. But more of it is that my senatorial district is agrarian, is the food basket of that state, and we need to support it. That's why I'm bringing about this relevant college to give research and other relevant inputs, both the agri and the animal husbandry aspect.
Senators supported the bill.
The point that the mover or the sponsor of this bill made about lack of federal presence in senatorial district is something that resonates with me too. And that is why we always try to bring bills that will help the federal government have presence in our senatorial district.
Supporting agriculture in any form, research, technology, and institutions such as this being proposed here is something that I think is desirable across the nation. A country that cannot feed itself is actually not a safe country.
The bill was read the second time and referred to the Committee on Agriculture and Colleges and Institutions to report back to the Senate in 2 weeks.
Act as agent and catalyst through postgraduate training.
Still on bills, the Senate also considered a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of a Federal University of Medicine and Medical Sciences, Egbe, Kogi State, and to make comprehensive provisions for its due management and administration and for other related matters 2024. The bill was first read on 12 December 2023 and is sponsored by Senator Sunday Steve Karimi.
This bill seeks to establish the Federal University of Medicine and Medical Sciences at Kogi State and make comprehensive provision for its due management and administration. The establishment of this institution is informed by the imperative to create more access to higher ed and medical studies in view of the large number of qualified candidates who are annually stranded in their failed attempt in gaining admission into higher institutions in the state.
After exhaustive deliberations by the lawmakers, the bill was referred to the Senate Committee on Tertiary Institutions and Tertiary Education Trust Fund for further legislative action and to revert in 4 weeks. Also considered was a bill seeking for the establishment of a Federal University of Education Special, Oyo, and to make comprehensive provisions for its due management and administrations and for other related matters. It was sponsored by Senator Akintunde Yunus Abiodun.
The need to provide equal, sound, and robust education system for all Nigerians, including people with disability, is predicated on the availability of qualified and well-trained teachers to impart the required knowledge on the students.
Each senator who contributed to the discussion endorsed the bill.
All the advanced countries of this world, but we don't have any here in Nigeria. None. And this important cannot be overemphasized, because we have so many disabled persons in this country.
I rise to support this bill for the fact that it aims at providing functional facilities for education of people with disabilities. These are people who should do everything to take care of their needs in our daily lives.
The bill was also referred to the Senate Committee on Tertiary Institutions and Tertiary Education Trust Fund for further legislative actions and to report back to the Senate in 4 weeks. A similar bill was also sponsored by Senator Kawu Sumaila for the establishment of Federal College of Education Special (RIA) and to make comprehensive provisions for its due management and administration and for other related matters. The bill, which was first read on 18 October 2023, but unlike the first bill, it seeks to train the trainers as it concerns persons living with disabilities.
The bill calls for establishment of Federal College of Education Special (RI) to fulfill the aspiration of thousands of persons living with disability from within and outside the state who desire to become professional teachers and yearn to enjoy access to higher standard of academic instruction from federal institution of higher learning under the umbrella of National Commission for Colleges of Education.
The bill scaled second reading and was referred to the appropriate committee for further work. Meanwhile, several other bills scaled first reading. They include Creative Industry Development Trust Fund Bill 2024, sponsored by Senator Bonaventure Izunaso; Right of Publicity, Protection and Commercialization Bill 2024, sponsored by Senator Mikhail Adetokunbo; Federal University of Sports Nsulu Abia State Establishment Bill 2024, sponsored by Senator Austin Akubundu. On petitions, Wednesday, 16 October 2024, Senator Samson Ekong laid a petition on an alleged illegal mining in his constituency.
I have a petition from my constituents in Atta village. They are lamenting the ravages of illegal mining in their community.
The President of the Senate noted the petition and referred it to the Senate Committee on Code of Conduct, Public Petitions, Ethics and Privileges to revert in 4 weeks. Another petition was from Senator Sunday Katang Marshall on identity theft, one of his constituents, by a high commission in India, which has impeded her return to Nigeria. The petition was referred to the Committee on Ethics, Code of Conduct and Public Petitions and to be reported back in 4 weeks.
Welcome back. On Monday, 7th October 2024, the Senate Committee on Power paid a familiarization and oversight visit to the Niger Delta Power Holding Company's head office in Abuja. They were received by the Managing Director and the management team. Speaking during the visit, the chairman of the committee, Senator Eninara Abaribe, said the oversight visit was in furtherance of the legislative duty of the National Assembly in line with Section 4 of the 1999 Constitution, as well as to ensure statutory compliance of all MDAs.
Within the context of this mandate, the committee wants to ensure, first, budget discipline and statutory compliance of all MDAs. That is part of this oversight. We expect during this visit, one, to have a briefing from NDPHC in terms of the projects that have been executed with public funds so far, and particularly the milestones achieved by NDPHC regarding the actualization of its founding objectives under the National Integrated Power Project.
Responding to his remarks, the Managing Director CEO Jennifer Adije gave a rundown of the company's operation to the committee through her presentation.
In the transmission segment of the ecosystem, and the list is here. I wouldn't want to dwell so much on it, but a total of 4,650 MVA of 330/132 kV transformation capacity has been installed to enhance and improve the transmission grid capacity and facilitate direct power offtake to distribution companies. So this approximates almost 4,000 megawatts of transmission capacity that we have contributed to the transmission segment.
After the presentation, there was an interactive session between both parties where questions were asked and clarifications were provided by the Niger Delta Power Holding Company team. We will now take our profile segment for the week.
Senator Daniel Justus Olubenga is the current senator representing Ogun East Senatorial District in the 10th Senate. He was born on the 6th of April 1956 in Ibadan, Oyo State. Senator Daniel attended the Baptist Boys High School, Abeokuta from 1969 to 1973 and graduated with flying colors. From there, he proceeded first to the School of Basic Studies at the Polytechnic, Ibadan, for his advanced level, and thereafter moved to the School of Engineering of the University of Lagos. In 1990, he earned a master's degree in business administration from the University of Lagos and subsequently attended Lagos Business School for an executive program. Senator Benga Daniel began his professional career as a lecturer in the School of Engineering at the Lagos State Polytechnic during his National Youth Service year. He then proceeded to the Metal Construction West Africa Limited, which he left as the assistant commercial manager. In 1983, he joined the then multinational company HF Schroeder West Africa Limited, Lagos. He rose to the position of deputy managing director at Schroeder, becoming the first African to hold such a position in the company's history. In 1990, he left Schroeder to start Cresta Laurel, an engineering firm specializing in elevators, overhead traveling cranes, and hoists. In 2017, he started KLL Construction Limited to present a new kind of construction company that will stand the test of time. He is also the chairman of Conference Hotels. Senator Daniel is a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, a fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Engineering, and a fellow of the Institute of Directors. Senator Daniel Justus Olubenga was elected governor of Ogun State in the 2003 Ogun State gubernatorial election, running on the platform of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), and was re-elected in 2007. Other political positions he held include Leader Southwest Goodluck Jonathan Campaign 2010, Director General Atiku Abubakar Presidential Campaign Organization 2018, and Head, Media and Publicity Subcommittee of the All Progressives Congress APC. Senator Daniel Justus Olubenga currently represents Ogun East Senatorial District under the platform of the APC in the 10th Senate. He also serves as the chairman, Senate Committee on Navy of the 10th Senate. His legislative interests include community development, youth empowerment, health, and education.
This is where we end this episode of the program. Do send comments, questions, and feedback to any of the feedback channels on your screen. Thanks for watching, and God bless Nigeria.